Yeah, it's just, motion to adopt the previous minutes.
We gonna move both of them, or we wanna,
On mine, go ahead and vote.
for the regular meeting on August 13th,
Yeah.
and call meeting on
August
August 22nd, let's vote to it up.
Second. All in favor? All right, Sanders, good morning, sir. Welcome.
Thank you. Wanted to bring to y'all this morning, back in May, the Chamber of Commerce initiated a plan or put together a group of people. Asked a group of people to come together, some from the state, from the Department of Community Affairs, Department of Economic Development, and both the economic development side and tourism, to come here and meet with our citizens and come up with a vision plan, the Lanier vision plan. And the purpose of the panel discussion was to develop a vision for community and economic development and establish a blueprint for the community to follow and create positive atmosphere to move Lakeland and Lanier County forward. I want to give out to you this morning copies of the report that was put together from those meetings. We, first of all, in the end of April, we had a pre-planning meeting with a number of elected officials. I think Alex was there, Mayor Darcy was there, others were there that put together or planned out what we were going to do on at this meeting on May 9th. The morning session, we invited citizens from the community, whether business, private sector, to come in and start a dialogue on different things about our community. That afternoon, we brought in the public, the elected officials from all of the elected boards, so forth, city, county, school board, throughout our county, brought them in for the afternoon session. Then late in the afternoon, we had a community time when all this was presented back to everybody that had been in attendance that day. I know many of you here were there, and we appreciate that. You see a list on here, the participants of the day session on May the 9th. You can see that that's a pretty good cross-section of industry and elected officials, private individuals, and so forth. We divided up, you'll see that the sections divided up in tourism, governance, and in economic development. In the tourism side, we have asked our leadership Lanier classes from 2010 and 2012 to come together and to look at this information, prioritize it, come up with some ideas and plans that we may need to go forth on. The next two sections, the governance, you'll see there that recommendations that day was to explore city-county consolidation, explore funding to expand parks and rec, and examine transportation needs, downtown parking, and so forth. Then the last section was economic development. And one part of this is we need to strongly consider or position ourselves to acquire additional land for industrial park. In workforce development, ways to support our existing industry. But the whole plan is to grow our community in a positive way into the future. What we're asking of you today is we have asked, like I said, the leadership class will have a part of this. They will be on the committee. The board of directors of the chamber has named a couple of people. We wanted to ask the county if you would name at least two people from your board that can serve on that committee. And we'll ask the city for 2 people from there, and we'll probably ask some other individuals in the county to be on the committee, to take this report and prioritize it and look at it and see what we can develop and bring out from that. When you're considering your members to be on the committee, if you will do that, Scott, who will be coming on your board, is also president of leadership Lanier, the alumni group. So he is on the committee already. So if you can select at least 2 other people, that would be great. But a lot of people put a lot of work into this, took their day off to come and sit and talk and discuss. So we hope you will consider putting a couple of people on the committee.
And then the only thing is Scott's there, she's gonna check, make sure we have 3 of that. Cause any problem with it.
But if you want Scott to represent you and, because they're actually have a separate focus on just on the tourism side. So from that, he could be on the general committee as well. So anyway, whichever way you want to work it, you might have to make a decision.
I think Suzanne's gonna check on that, and then we can clarify it, and then we'll try to have 2 or 3 members by next meeting. That works
great. And I hope you will take this and read it and see what.
When are y'all planning to start having meetings?
Hopefully in November.
So it'll be okay by October.
Okay. Thank you.
It's like a lot of good information for us. Take in and digest, and hopefully move forward with, get some things going in our community and county. That brings us to our department reports with the fire chief. We're on this first up.
All right, let's start with activities for August. Fire department's answered 32 calls, 7 of those 32 were EMS calls. 17 were in the county, with 7 of the 17 paid. Put the county's pay at $2,180 for the month. As far as vehicle repairs, all the pumpers in the city and county have got their biannual pumper service done. Biannual, twice a year, makes us kind of like self-explanatory. Everything checked out on all the trucks. I think one of them had to have a valve repaired. Things I got going on, the 911 signs on the west side of the county are completed. Everything from the beginning of Boyette Road west, that's the sign. So we think pretty much all the county's done, but we got some, you might have seen it in the paper. I put it in there for people to start calling in, to start making a list. It's either that or right here on the road.
So I think I was gonna compliment, so that was a good idea, good
Yeah, I thought that was
strategy to advertise that.
So I put that in the paper, and I've got an email or 2 already, and I don't know how many's called in to try to get these signs finished. So I'm still working on that. The only other thing I got going on, gonna require a vote here. I got a chance to upgrade the fleet without no cost to the county. What it amounts to, the old west side truck we took out of service a couple of years ago, a year and a half, whatever it was. Basically, it's just a truck, it don't have a pump, no equipment, it's out of service, we're just keeping it for parts, basically. A fella wants that truck because it'll do what he wants to do, and he wants to give us a working pumper. This is a serviceable truck. I've done checked it out, pump works. They're both 81 miles. I called Fire Tech and asked them about it, and they gave me an appraisal. I told them about the west side truck. They said it's worth scrap. Basically, the fire truck's worth nothing. But they said, you're better off to scrap that. And I told them the other truck was also an 81 Ford, had a working pump, and yada yada, no equipment. They said it would be worth between $4,000 to $6,000. other trade with. But like I said, the guy that wants to trade, he's wanting to build a truck that will roll and pump at the same time, and you can't do that with a pumper. He bought this pumper to do that, and I said it won't do that, it either pumps or it rolls, it won't do both. So he's wanting to trade for this other truck that he can remodify.
And they're 81.
Both of them are 81 Fords.
Fords.
Yeah. One's a C8000, the other one's a F8000. Just a different cab style, all it is. But, he's wanting to swap each, no money, just truck for truck. And if that's okay with y'all, we'll vote on that. What we can do with this truck is I go ahead and have it. What's gonna happen, I'm afraid, while we're waiting on forestry, if the inspector comes and does Tudor Bill and finds out the truck's out of service out there, he's gonna give us 30 days to correct. And we don't have nothing to put out there. With this truck, I can say, okay, I can roll this one out there, so there's my truck. Because, he can shut you down. Basically what they do when you shut a station down, you lose your ISO. So, that would give us that, and also, if we come up with the station we're wanting to do on the south side, there's a truck to put down there. So, and it's not gonna cost us anything other than a swap out. We're swapping a parts truck for a working truck, which is a no-brainer.
Right, so, we have a motion to make that swap, the 81 Ford for that. Which truck do we have now?
We got an 81 C8000,
C8.
and the other was an 81 model F8000.
F8000?
F8000.
8.
It's just a different cab style of it. Both of them are 1,000-gallon Class A pumpers. One of them has a pump.
What kind of pumps on the one?
The one that's we're getting's got a Waters. And according to my pump man, that's one of the two main pumps you want to look for, a Hale or a Waters. So it's got a good pump. So it may be fixed down the road if it had to be.
Yeah, that's the key.
I hope they don't have to fix it. I checked it, it works fine, so, it's taken up there.
Okay, we have a motion to swap the C8000 for the F8000 and just have a better working truck for the county. Don't make that motion. Is there a second? All in favor? All right.
We'll get her done. Appreciate it. That's all I got. Just got any questions.
I got one question for you here. The concern we had last month concerning the geo trackers on the Osalo at West Side.
Oh, the Geo Track.
Has that been taken care of for as a safety issue with people
I,
walking around Osalo?
I talked to the guy that put it there. What he did, there's been a sign put up at the silo saying no trespassing. And also what he did, he went back onto the website and told people, you do not have to climb in the silo. It said that the Geo Track is accessible easily from the outside. So he did that.
I want it off county property altogether.
What's that?
It needs to be off county property altogether.
That's up to y'all, what y'all want to do. But I told him, I said, if you're gonna do that, because we got one down here at this station too, and that's county property also. This one's been down here for 10 years.
It's all a game, it's all a game.
It's just a game.
I know we're opening ourselves up to all kind of liability, the silo and then.
I don't know how it works, but it's a little box that they hunt, and when they find it, they open it up, take it out, put their name and date and stuff on it, put it back in and put it back. And they've been doing that at Lincoln Station for at least 10 years.
They have a meeting at City Hall promoting this, and it brings a lot of people, so they can,
Right. It's like,
they buy gas when they're here, they buy groceries or food or McDonald's or whatever. They were wanting the city to promote it also, but it doesn't have to be on city or county property. You just,
yes, because people that come down there, they be in motorhomes.
So,
And they say they out riding in a motorhome 2 or 3 days, nothing, do things all over them. Like,
so at the city fire department, where did they put this tracker at?
the one in the city is under the old truck on the shelf sitting outside, it's under the truck.
The one out there, they put it in the silo?
At the silo, there's a big round hole, with metal around it, and it's stuck on the back side of that metal, you just reach there and take it off right there. And what he did, the guy that set it up told me he wanted to use the silo because it's the county's history, the old Smith Dairy, and in his website, it explains the old Smith Dairy, and this silo is a part of the old Smith Dairy. And, just a history, it's like a history lesson, plus I don't know how this stuff works, I don't do it.
don't believe everybody's website, so you see the one on Burnt Church, it talks about the building burning and killing all the children that was in the church, and that's why they call it burnt church, and it's supposed to be haunted. There's no truth in most of it. It just gets people here, and they were using it as a tourist thing to try to bring people to
But the
that.
guy that does this one at West Side, lives right there on, what's the road next to the station?
Amber.
Amber, he lives right there on Amber, just down from the chief. So, I mean, if y'all want to stop it altogether, we can go out there and say, get your cash in, move somewhere else.
I don't think it needs to be on that silo.
I think the people were climbing in the silo one time, they went back, put on there,
Trespassing, so no trespassing signs, not really.
he put a big bold right, do not have to climb in the silo, it says that's an over the outside.
I think it's something that needs to be looked at in detail for county liability.
You're liable, no matter what happens, when you advertise it, they know to go there to get it. No trespassing sign won't work, because they got to go on the property to get, over the side of the get to it, so.
The guy, yeah, he gave me a copy of his thing, if I can find it, where he put it on the web. I don't know where he looked on the web for.
Is that everybody speaking? Vote on it when you ask the work for it, finding a new home for it.
Quick question, before we go on. The one at the city, of course, that's county property as well. You were saying they just put it underneath the truck.
It's right over the back bumper of the truck, but then it's got a big tailboard, like fire trucks have, but it's sticking under that tailboard. It's this, it's right there.
Truck that's sitting outside.
There was a guy just there the other day, and one of our new firemen thought he was planting bombs. He didn't know what was going on. He called me, he said, there's somebody messing with the old truck, and I said, it's a cache, it's a game.
We'll ask if they'll be moving maybe next month, have a little more clarification on
I think,
the legal side.
yeah, I think if you stop at that west side, we should stop at
Bob called in from the road department, he said they had, we got several guys out, so he's out, crew working and, trying to make up for being short of a man or two. John, you got animal control report?
Last month, we had 71 trips, picked up 16 dogs, and 2 livestock out.
All right, anybody got anything?
What about the contract?
We have to work on it. We don't adopt the budget today, we'll get the contract. Have you got it? It's not in our package today.
let's see if we get put on the contract.
Sure.
We mentioned previous meeting about putting the contract, bidding out in the local paper before we vote on the new contract. Same as we did for the mooring contract. Have you put it in the paper? Contract is a contract.
We can do that. All right. Randy EMS.
Good morning. Sure, we want to say thank y'all for everything that you've done for EMS. I know it's a hot subject right now in Lanier County. There's so many people that doesn't know the truth of how hard you are trying to keep good EMS service here, and I want to say thank you for what you do. We did 129 calls for August. 77 were in the city limits of Lakeland, 14 at West Side, 16 at Stockton, and Mud Creek section had 11. The rest were scattered out throughout the county. We brought 21 patients to Lewis Smith Hospital, 60 to South Georgia Medical Center, and the rest were transported to hospitals throughout. Patients transported from Lewis Smith to South Georgia Medical Center was 19. We carried 2 people to other hospitals inside Georgia, and we brought 2 people from other hospitals to our hospital. We assisted 8 patients at home that did not require transport. We had 9 people refuse us after calling EMS. We stood by for the fire department and other services 10 times. We had 88 actual transports. I have a couple of letters from other EMS services recommending the company, and I didn't mean for this to be a recommendation for a company, just the idea of using outside billing. One is from Houston Healthcare EMS, and they increased their collections tremendously by using this company. The other is from Wayne County EMS. They actually increased $200,000 a year by transferring to Part B billing. We cannot do that. That's way far-fetched from what we can look for. But they're actually operating in the black. Their EMS makes money for the county. We again, I'm not looking at that as a goal. I would love to offset as much as possible. But these 2 are actually in writing. I have several verbal comments from other EMS directors. Seminole County is one. That switching to Part B has been a great asset to them. I have a document from FEMA. I'm sorry I couldn't print everybody one of these because it's still long. But one of the recommendations in this is to transfer billing to Part B. That's what I've been after, trying to get done for several years. There's other things in here in this document. Once we become county-based, which we are county-based, we own our license, but just to get anything out of the site that, you know, where your hospital operated or whatever, several ways to offset the cost of the taxpayer. And this is a FEMA document. I mean, it's not something that's just made up out of the blues. One suggestion, and I don't know the legalities in Georgia, and this is FEMA, so it's federal. They take donations from different households, and if they use the service, then they deduct the cost of it if you give a donation throughout the year. There's just different things that we can look at. I don't know the legalities in Georgia. AREVAC operates in Georgia, and that's what they do. They sell memberships to AREVAC. If you need a helicopter, you're a member of AREVAC, it doesn't cost you a penny to fly. They bill the insurance, whatever the insurance pays, that's payment in full. If you don't have insurance, just have a good day. You know, this flight didn't cost you. So I don't know that that's legal for ground ambulances or not, but that's just ideas that we can look at to try to offset. I'm approached almost daily. Why do you have 3 trucks, and you know, why can't you roll 3 trucks? And try to explain that to them. I've invited several people to come to the meeting and hear it firsthand from you. You know, that your options are simple. We do what we're doing and try to increase like we're trying to do now, using volunteer help, using things, or if you demand a second truck, you know, $400,000 a year. That, you know, that money's got to come from somewhere. And I understand we don't have the money, and I'm not asking you for any more money. Just a way to help us make more money. We can't go out and create calls. I mean, we can't go shoot people in the toe and make call an ambulance. But we can document better with the calls we have. We can provide a higher level of care and document why we did it. That increases the call by $200. There's several things we can do. It's not to try to rip people off at all. It's to give the level of care you need to give, to receive the level of care you need to receive, and to have it documented that we did. If you have a cardiac history and we take you to Valdosta and put you on a cardiac monitor, that's justified. And that's the difference in a BLS call and an ALS call, a basic call and an advanced call. Things like that we're working on. We want to be the best we can be and not cause taxpayers an undue burden trying to support us. I understand we have a lot of support throughout the county, and I appreciate it very much. The folks that are in opposition to us, just this morning I was told that the first responder program was useless and a waste of time. You can't explain to people that think like that how important a first responder program is. They responded, Gary said, how many times?
We had 7 last month.
That's 7 times volunteers came and rendered care until another EMS crew could get here. Your system does work. It needs to be fine-tuned, and I'm willing to work with you however we need to get your ideas in motion. We need the best we can have with as little money spent as possible, and I just want to say thank you, and whatever I can do to help, please let me know.
And you're waiting on Bud, he's George Forrester,
Right.
help us apply for the responder trucks that we've been talking about.
Right.
We thought that would be the best way to obtain those trucks for everyone. So thank you, Randy, for what you do, and continue to work for the best. Anybody got any questions?
Parks and Rec. Morning, Mr. Chairman. Morning, Commissioners. Activities at the Recreation Department for the month of August were adult line dance class, Zumba class, and we completed registration for fall activities, which include youth football, cheerleading, soccer, karate, and youth dance class. All activities for fall are getting on the way as I speak.
You got a financial report? Everybody should have one. I think, the date,
You know, that's a month, this month, 15 point, overall 15.97%. For the budget for this month, should be at 16.67. Like a total of $591,579.84. Expenditures for the still a little under budget overall.
all right, and of course, everybody knows we had a budget work session last Thursday. And, I think we have a budget that we are ready to adopt. And I think there's a resolution that would allow us to adopt this budget in your file. You know, have a motion to adopt the resolution. The new budget would be $4,091,909. And that's the increase of about $34,000. Got a motion to adopt the resolution.
Before we, the motion, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to just say one comment, as I say that the, work sessions, I will agree with the proposed budget, but however, if it does require a millage increase, I will not support a millage increase.
And at the budget work session, we talked about possible furloughs and talked about that it appears that the revenue is there that wouldn't require a millage increase. However, until the tax commission